What's up, y'all? This got to be clean television, and this is the Kingdre interview. This is the homie, my partner in crime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
What's
anyway,
up?
yeah, we put a lot of work in. We done did shows with everybody in the city. You know what I'm saying? From JT to Dre Dog, 11-5, Forte.
Yeah,
We did shows at the Bomb Fest, Run DMC, Outkast,
hell yeah.
The Brat,
Damn.
uh, E40,
What was the name
MC
of the
Light,
group?
Do or
Hold on.
Die.
Where you from? You know I
Yeah,
know, but you know they want
yeah.
to know.
I'm from the Filthy, Fillmore, Frisco. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised
Hell yeah, dope, dope.
all over.
Right, right. What got you into music?
Oh man, when I first heard that Rapper's Delight, I was hooked. All I did was sit next to it and play the record over and over and over again, and spun it and spun it. And then I found out when I got in school that I was good with words. I was good with poetry, and I had a good imagination, and I could pick up on beats and make sure it connect like that. So I started doing it. Hooked up with Jedis,
Right,
beatbox,
right.
make the sounds like a motherfucker, and we just took it from there.
Hell yeah.
Started doing shows at State University, State College out there,
Oh, okay.
on the radio station, KPOO.
When was that? When did you start doing music?
That was 15,
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying, 14, getting into it. Back when LL was rocking the bells.
Right. When did you and how did you meet? When did you meet Jedis?
I met Jedis when I got to Ben. That's the school I got transferred from a Catholic school to Benjamin Franklin. And I met Jedi there.
Oh, okay.
He was doing the beatbox, and I started rapping, and we started drawing a crowd. And
Dope.
at every lunchtime, we started flowing, and we had a crowd every time. And they started taking us out of class started giving me breathing lessons so I can showing me how to hold my breath longer to say my lyrics, so I
Right.
wouldn't run out of breath.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to do my music now and keep my levels.
That's
Even
dope.
back then, it seemed like they seen something,
Hmm.
and that's when it kicked off.
So, right. What you listen to? What you listening to right now?
Right now, I like my old school, and I'm trying to listen to the new cats too, to get a feel their flavor. You know what I'm saying? Some of the new cats I fuck with is like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Lavish D,
Yeah. Yeah.
Drez, Mozzie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like to fuck with I only like to fuck with the street shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of the real shit. I like Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know
Dope.
what I'm
Dope.
saying? Jeezy. I tend to, you know what I'm saying, gravitate towards the street motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I know. I've been in the streets all my life,
Right. Right.
hustling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything.
What would you call yourself? Hip hop or rap?
I would say a mixture of both. Cause I say hip hop because I got some of the messages that we used to have in hip hop.
Right.
I say rap though because I like to flip my lyrics and I get grimy with it because I've been through a lot of grimy shit.
Dope.
So I hold a little bit of both. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. 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 What's your top five? If you had the top five,
Top five as far as what?
best MCs
MCs, top
on the
five.
mic.
Besides myself, I would say, of course, Pac. Always been all time
Right.
one for me. Pac, and then after Pac would be have to be Biggie. He'd be right behind that. And then it'd be I'd have to say Yuck Mouth. He's underrated.
That's dope.
But
Yeah.
he's hard. Everything he come with is hard.
Yeah. I fuck with you for real.
I fuck with Yuck, and I'd have to say Dr. Dre, because of everything he accomplished. Not that he's a good rapper, but he's a hell of a businessman, like
Right,
Master
yeah.
P.
Right. Dope.
So those are my top 5.
That's sick. You think Eminem could be in the top 5?
Yeah, Eminem could be in the top 5, but I was listening to Eminem and I was listening to a lot of people like Eminem, and there's a lot of motherfuckers that's on his ass, that's spitting that fast shit and that heat and got fire. So he's just not. He's put in a lot of work, but he's not the only one out there.
Right.
That's like that.
That was like my initial point. Like I didn't hold him up as to being so great over so many people.
Yeah.
I feel
respect him though. I respect him because he's a good lyricist.
Right.
And he earned his spot.
Hell yeah.
He earned his spot.
Hell yeah. So shit. Tell me a crazy story.
A crazy story. Okay, I'll tell you this time where when the feds was after me. I was in Army Street Projects, and I'm coming out the building, and a truck pull up, a Toyota with the 5th wheel, and I'm looking like, who's these white boys rolling up in the projects in this truck? And before I could even get my full thought process out, the passenger jumped out. When the passenger jumped out, I took off. I came up on my coat, I dropped my bag, I had CDs, I had a scale, and I broke. And I ran running, and I'm looking back, and he holding the gun, he pointing the gun at me, talking about, give it up, King. I'm like, this nigga talking like you know me. So I'm running with my hands out like this, so he don't shoot. And I hit the corner, and I ran across the street, and I ran on oncoming traffic. So I dodged a couple cars, and one car, slightly hit me. I rolled off the bumper, got to the corner, looked back. He was just now getting in the middle of the street. So I got to the corner, got to the middle of the hill, and seen what I thought was a school open, ran in there and closed the door. And then I listened for him to run up. After I heard his footsteps go up the block, I looked up the stairs, it was gated, locked. Opened up the door, it was a classroom full of kids. I'm like, damn, I closed the door. I got on the phone. I called the white girl, was like, look, what's going on? She said, look, I don't know what you've done, but there's police cars and helicopters everywhere. I said, what? I said, click. I was like, damn. So I started thinking, what the fuck done I did, right? Because I'm like, man, they caught me on something. So I'm like, damn, I really don't know what to do. So I called my baby mama, so if I get her to come get me. But she got to go check to see if the neighbor there, because she didn't have no car. So I'm like, click. Call my homeboy Ray. He said he was getting off at the freeway at Army Street Projects on Cesar Chavez. I said, my nigga. I said, look, I need you to come get me. The marshals is on my line. He said, I'm on my way. So I open up the door. The kids is gone. They in the hallway, now lining up to go home. So I caught a break on that one, so I ain't got to attract no attention to me. So I walk through on the phone, acting like I'm going to pick up somebody. Walk through the courtyard. I see the police cars flying down. See my homeboy pass me up, called him, he bucked to you, came back and got me. I went through the office, hopped in the car, looked back, sure enough, 2 helicopters floating, hovered right over the projects. I'm like, damn, they ain't playing. So I'm like, give me a hat, something. He's like, all I got is these pink ones. I said, I don't give a damn. Put on that hat, sat back in the seat, went to his house, posted up in that mouth for like 2-3 days. Needed some clothes, went back to Army Street Projects, called her from the payphone, told her I was coming. Went in there, about 5 minutes after I started packing, I heard a police car. I'm like, hell no. So I keep packing, and then I look out the window, I see the police car coming around the corner sideways, and they looking up at me. I'm like, oh shit. So I drop the bag, I run through the hall, down the stairs, and I jump off the balcony. And right before I get too far from it, I catch myself, because I'm on the 2nd floor, and I'm tripping, I forgot. I shimmied down, jumped onto that balcony, I went from that balcony onto the ground floor, and I started knocking on doors. I'm like, knocking, ain't nobody answering. One little boy answered, about 9, 10 years old. I was like, can I use your phone to go out the front door? He said, yeah. I was like, oh, cool. So I went in there, seen about 3 other little kids in the back. So I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, this ain't cool. I was like, I got to hurry up and get up out of here. I get on the phone. I was like, what's going on? She was like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm talking to the San Francisco police, the U.S. Marshals, and the San Mateo bounty hunters. I'm like, damn, they all 3 on my line. I'm like, okay, click. He like, you gotta go, my mom about to be here soon. I'm like, okay, can I get a hat or a t-shirt or something? He brought me a t-shirt, I wrapped my head up, and right as soon as I got ready to walk out, I hear keys. I hear click, click, click. Mom's open up the door and have a motherfucking fit, right? She's like, what are you doing in my house? I'm like, I was stuck in the back, and what are you doing in my house? I said, I was in the back, and what are you doing in my house? I'm like, calm down. I'm like, okay, look, I'm trying to tell you. I'm like, look, lady, I just had to break it down to her. It's like, excuse me. I'm like, it's been a bad month for me. I'm like, I'm stressing right now. My mom just passed away. You know what I'm saying? I got warrants. I'm going through it legally. I was just stuck in your back. I was stuck back there. All I wanted to do was get out the back, through the front. Out the back, through the front, right? Because she's in shock, so I'm trying to make sure it's sinking her skull that out the back, through the front. I said, I ain't touched nothing in your house, and I damn sure ain't touching no kids, right? But while I'm talking to her, it's a police on a bike sitting on the corner with them shades on. So I don't know if he's looking at me or not. So I'm trying to keep her calm. So I'm like, look, lady, calm down. I didn't touch nothing in the house. I just was trying to I was just stuck in the back. Calm down. And I walked away. And I started going down the alley. I got halfway down the alley, and the bike pulled up on her. I'm like, oh, shit.
Damn.
And they both looked at me, right? And so I'm like, oh, so I'm walking fast now. As soon as I hit the corner, I took the t-shirt off my head, and I get to 26th Street where the 48 at, and I'm walking, and it's a police car, and they burning a hole in me. I feel them staring at me, right? So they bucking you. And as they bucking you, I jaywalk the other way, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, if they're going to chase me, they're going to have to get out the car. No, they're not going to chase me in their car. So I get to the corner, and I glance back, they buck another you. I'm like, they coming, right? I get ready to run down the block, but the block is too long. So it's a 16-wheeler parked on the corner. So I get up under it. And I look. I'm like, the motherfuckers can still see me, right? So I get up under it. I get up in the gut. So I'm holding myself up. My t-shirt falls, so I grab my t-shirt. So I'm holding my t-shirt up, and I'm holding myself up with one hand and my feet like this for about 2-3 minutes, right? Until my muscles give out. I'm like, oh, I'm going to jail, right? I said, fuck, I'm going to jail. So I dropped and hit the ground. When I hit the ground, I look across the street, and I'm looking dead at the police. I'm looking at their back, right? They asking questions trying to find me, right? I'm under the truck. So I get ready to roll from up under the truck, but I can't because it's a police bike on the corner now. So it's the police across the street and a bike on the corner. So I'm looking back and forth to see who's going to move first so I can see which way I'm going to go, right? So the bike moved first. So I rolled from up under the truck behind the wheel. I get ready to run down the block, but a police car go down. Shoot. So I duck back down. I'm like, damn. So I wait a minute, and I get ready to run again, and another police car go down. I'm like, damn. So I'm trying to think of something before the bike come back. They still across the street, and these police cars keep flying down the block. So I'm like, I see a church, and I see like a door, like a little fence with a doorknob and about a 10-foot fence. So I said, okay, if I run, land my foot on that doorknob, and flip over this fence without them hearing me, I'll be cool. So I was like, that's the only chance I got. That's all I got. So I ran, landed my foot on the doorknob, grabbed the top of the fence, flipped over, ran into the farthest cut, in between some stairs in the building, and laid there and just listened. And started nodding off. I probably was there for about an hour until they started bringing in the service. And I got up, shirt all oily from hiding up under the truck, walked out there. Police, everybody was gone. I got to the studio where I was headed to in the first place. They're like, man, you late. I was like, man, y'all ain't gonna believe what I just went through, right?